Welcome to Domino My Games. I am Miah, joined as always by the automotive Domino. Domino.
It almost sounded like you were gonna do a doo-wop.
Dom.
Sounds like Barbara Ann.
Who's Barbara Ann, and what does she sound like?
It's a song.
I know.
The
It's
Beach
the Beach
Boys.
Toys did
The
it.
Beach Toy.
One's a volleyball,
Beach
one's a
Toys.
pail and a shovel. They're like, my dad made me crap in a shoebox under the Christmas tree in front of the whole family.
Okay. I don't know if I should do this one joke that we have, like a running joke that we do whenever we talk about the Beach Boys. But now I love the Beach Boys. Absolutely love their music. But occasionally, because they're much older now, and occasionally we just you and I would call them the Beached Boys because they're older and bigger.
Okay, I guess you could say that. The Beach. There's like no original members anymore. There's got like one guy, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's all right.
I love all my old music. So.
I know. It's stuff I grew up with too. So.
Talked about it on Domino Vision recently.
Oh yeah, on my Twitch.
Go ahead and talk about your stream.
Twitch.tv/MiahChanX3 MIAH the Chan X3, yeah. Anyway.
We recently featured Domino Vision. Now, if you want to know what that is, it's something I created, and you have to go watch it.
Yeah. Damn it. And if this is in later time, it's probably on the YouTube channel by now in a VOD. But
if not, maybe it'll give you a kind of an incentive to upload it.
Maybe. Anyways, I looked at some old commercials and did commentary over them. I call them commentaries, but I think the kids these days call them reactions.
Yeah, like a reaction.
I did a reaction to them. I don't know.
You called me the automotive domino for what reason?
Because you enjoy autoerotic asphyxiate. No,
I do not.
you enjoy automobiles.
Yes, I love cars.
Yes.
I don't particularly care for modern cars, though. Yeah. It depends on the car. But yeah, I love automobiles, and I have a lot of education on their history, much like what Miah had told you about with my architectural studies.
Mm-hmm.
I have chosen some cars for Miah to guess, because we did this previously. He had me guess cars, and he talked about me already knowing about them then, too.
I'm not too bad at it. I'm okay with vehicles as well. My brother actually was a big car expert growing up, and that kind of through osmosis, I kind of learned a lot about cars, and just since then, I've known a lot about them as well. Again, like you, I don't know much about the new crap, but like old classic cars, yeah.
Do you feel that I have introduced cars to you over the time of knowing me? Like showing you cars you may not have ever seen before, or you've seen, but you just didn't know what they were.
Yeah, that second part. I've seen them, but I couldn't tell you what year they were or what exact model, if they were, the lower tier or higher tier version of it or something like that. I couldn't tell you the difference between at the time, I couldn't tell you a difference between the an Edsel Rancher or a Edsel Deluxe Coupe or whatever the hell. It's just an Edsel. And I could maybe tell you the year. Maybe. Mm-hmm. And, that's about as far as it ever went. I mean, my first car was a classic car. The first car I ever drove was a 1956 Ford Fairlane.
I loved that. And I never got to see you in it, but I've seen the pictures. And
so I could tell you the difference between a 55 and a 56.
There are considerable differences,
yeah.
too. There are. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show cars to Miah, and the only thing Miah has to do is try to guess the maker. He doesn't have to guess the model if he doesn't want to. If you can get the maker right, and if the model too, like make and model, if you get them both right, that's also good. You're not required to guess the year, but you can if you want to, but what I want you to try to at least guess is who Who made the car? What was the maker, the company?
All right. I guess I can try.
So do you think that'll be a little bit easier then?
Yes, I think so. I may, if I have any more knowledge than that, I may try to let you know. So, we'll see.
Are you a little bit apprehensive or nervous?
No.
Good. You shouldn't be nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. This is educational.
You just need to close your eyes and let it happen.
Can you tell me what this car is? Yes, that is the biggest picture I could get of it.
I'm guessing it's a Pacer, an AMC Pacer.
It is not.
It's not a Gremlin.
Nope. It's.
Have
you seen them before?
I'm pretty sure I have. I mean, that was a big thing in the early 90s was little cars like that. You'd always see little old ladies driving them. A Ford Geo.
No. This was before the Geo's time, before Geo even existed.
Metallic P. It's one of those Chryslers.
I think Chrysler would be offended.
Okay, but well, Chrysler had a shell or a hatchback.
They did, yeah. Would you like me to tell you what it is?
Sure.
This is a 1981 Chevrolet Citation.
Chevrolet Citation. I would not. Why would they name something a citation? Like you want to get a citation driving. Why would they?
The top of the line Edsel was known as the Edsel Citation.
Why would they do that? Why citation?
It doesn't always mean that. A citation also means having the privilege of doing something.
Okay. You have the privilege of driving our vehicle.
There you go.
Would not have gotten that one.
Just put that right there. To the folder. Oh, right. Moving on to car number 2.
I have seen that.
I figured as much.
That's Pontiac.
It is not.
Is it a Fairlane? Actually?
You're
like
close. You're close, but no.
Thunderbird. No.
Whenever you want me to tell you,
No.
just let me know.
No.
You can guess as much as you want, but whenever.
That's an Edsel.
That is an Edsel.
That's an Edsel.
This is a 1960 Edsel, one of the last ones ever made.
Yeah, I forgot when they abandoned their signature grille.
Yes. One thing that would really give it away is the iconic hubcaps. They always had that star.
Oh.
Very good. See, it's not so bad. We're doing it.
You're not so stupid.
Like I said, all you have to do is try to guess what the maker is. Here's your third car.
It's a Chrysler.
Close, but no.
What is the Star?
That's
I keep thinking the Star is the Chrysler.
That's why I said you're close.
Shoot. That's such a basic car, too. Just such a basic 1980s car. I need a car. Here's a car.
It was part of the K car series, as they called them. They were
K. They were K.
Yeah, they were very affordable. They were actually quite reliable too. In fact, its other counterpart was known as the Reliant.
A Renaultant.
No, it's not a Renault.
I know. I don't know what it is. What is that?
This is a 1987 Dodge Aries.
Dodge. That's a Dodge.
Yep.
Wow.
I have been in one.
How can you call that a Dodge if it doesn't even have the signature goat head on it?
Because they only put that on trucks at the time.
Yeah, because they were Rams.
Yep.
Looks a bit too much like a goat to me.
Let's see. I might like this next one. In fact, I know you will.
Ooh. That is a Alfa Romeo.
Yes, it's an Alfa Romeo. So you've already passed your test, but you can now guess the model name and maybe the year if you want.
Is it like a 78 Quebec or something?
Wow, that's really close.
What is it?
This is a 75 Alfa Romeo Montreal.
Montreal. Okay.
Very sought after.
Yes, I wouldn't mind one. I wouldn't mind one. I love chunky muscle cars like that.
Especially from the 70s.
That aren't Mustangs.
Miah loves 70s cars. Here's your next one. Kind of gives you vibes of Sykes from Oliver and Company, doesn't it?
Is it a Lincoln Continental?
You're close, but no.
I guess a Cadillac Continental.
No.
What is it?
This is a Mercury Marquis.
A Mercury Marquis. Wow.
Yes.
Are those the original tires?
Yes.
They look a little thin. I'm always weary about big hubcaps because immediately it just makes me think they've been screwed with.
No, I will not put a custom car on here at all. You know how I feel about them. And that was a 75.
Yeah, I don't like them either. A 75. Wow. It's big. You can imagine old grandpa driving it too.
When it comes to 70s cars, I love the big boats. Here's your next one.
Oh, those you still see those drive around here.
And I know you've seen me talk about them.
That's a New Yorker.
Very good.
Okay, what
You
company
actually
made
got
them?
the model first.
But what company made them? I get them mixed up.
Chrysler.
Chrysler.
It's
So
an 89 Chrysler.
see, I was gonna say a Lincoln New Yorker, but I know it's a New Yorker because I remember the boxy back.
I always liked them.
They don't make cars with light covers anymore.
I know. I always found them very classy. I like them a lot. Now, just because that, let's throw a little wrench in here.
Is it another Chrysler?
It is a Chrysler.
It is a Chrysler. Debutante. I don't know.
This is a same year, 1989. This was the top of the line Chrysler Imperial.
Imperial. I wonder how spacious they were in the back.
More spacious than the New Yorker. They made less of these than the New Yorker, and they're a little bit harder to find now, but I've actually always wanted one.
I like the front.
I do too. I like how it comes to a point. Are you having fun, sir?
Oh.
Or maybe this car will change your mind.
That is... Is that a Ford Pantera?
It is not.
Is it an old Lamborghini?
No.
Wait a minute
I'm
here.
a bit surprised, but don't.
That is... Is it foreign?
It is foreign.
Okay. That is... Is it a Fiero? Or not Fiero. Fiero. Is it a Ferrari?
It is not a Ferrari.
What is that?
This is a 1971 De Tomaso Mangusta.
De Tomaso. Okay, I know De Tomasos.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I do.
That's
I know
why I
De
picked out
Tomaso.
one of these, because I know you like them.
Yes. See, I get them mixed up with the Alfa Romeos.
Yeah. Now this next one is actually a very famous photograph. And I had to really look for it, and it's the biggest I could get of it.
Wow.
This was a promotional advertisement to promote how big the car is.
It's the size of a Sprinter van. Like those gigantic bus vans that Mercedes makes.
That is a real photograph, too.
It's a Cadillac.
It is a Cadillac.
Cadillac DeVille.
Close.
What is it?
That is a Cadillac Fleetwood, and
A
all of that
Fleetwood.
silver there is solid chrome in the back,
Wow.
running down the side. It is a 58. You know that in 58, my favorite year for cars, all cars had the most chrome ever produced. Of course, my favorite, though, favorite car from the 50s is one that beat it out, but Cadillac was pretty close.
Like the rear skirts around the tires.
So do I. That is all solid chrome, too, and I figured you'd like the four-door model.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
All right, this is your next one. Another four-door. Look at that.
Is it a Fairlane?
It is not a Fairlane.
It's very weird in the back.
I could have, my first time getting the picture of this, I was going to do a front image, but
I know what it is. It's a
talked
Ford
about-
F-150. You see it?
No, you are to ignore the background.
That's the Ford. Oh, but I
I've
got
talked
it.
about these often because you know that I want one.
Mm. That is a.
That's why I opted for a rear view.
It's the 58.
Good.
58 thingamabobber.
Glad you got the year.
Because you just got done saying 58 was your favorite year.
Well, yeah. Okay, I can give you that.
The hell was the name of that one that you like again? God dang it. I'm drawing. See, I think about this stuff all the time, and now that we're recording, I can't remember it.
It's all right. I know that you do, and we talk about them all the time, so you don't have to feel embarrassed or anything.
It's a 58 butt plug. There, I got it right.
This is a 1958 Lincoln Premier.
Lincoln Premier. Okay. Premier, because you take it to the movies.
Of course.
You go out with your gal and you take it to the movies, and then you go
Now-
to the lookout point and you give her a kiss. You give her a big old smooch.
The other one I also like is the 58 Continental, which actually is not a Lincoln. Remember, Continental was a separate mark at that time.
Did it have a Continental kit?
Sometimes. You might get this one pretty well.
That is a Studebaker.
It is a Studebaker.
It looks like
Very good.
what a weird looking back. I guess it's the paint on the tires. Or something. What the heck's going on there?
What, you mean the dark spot near the rear tire?
Yeah.
That is painted over, I believe. Or it's a covering of some kind. But that's usually where chrome is supposed to be.
It looks almost like a pickup truck. How
it's
far
not.
back it's stretched.
It's not. That is the regular design. Do you know the model? You've already guessed it, so this is just a privilege to get the rest of it.
It's like it was called something like it had like a beach name or something, right? Like a sandy beach or what? I don't know. What was it called?
It was called the Studebaker Champion.
Champion. Okay, I was way off.
It was in 1951.
Yeah, I know. I always remember those because They were in the movie The Muppets. The Muppets
Yeah.
movie.
Also the mask.
Yeah, The Mask as well.
Lona.
In fact, it may have been the same car, the exact same prop, because it was brown. They were always depicted as a rusty turd brown.
You're doing pretty well. We have 3 cars left.
All right, let's see if I can get.
Here's your next one. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Well, you're lucky I can't read the font on the side there.
Oh, you can if you want to. It doesn't give away the maker at all. And that's your primary goal, is to try to guess the maker.
A Mercury.
Nope.
A Nash?
No. That's an interesting guess.
Stupid, but interesting.
I did not say that.
What is that?
This is a
What is that?
This is a 1957 Pontiac Star Chief.
A Pontiac.
Yes.
All right.
Convertible, actually. The top.
Well, I know it's called Star Chief because Pontiac, Native American.
Yes.
Star Chief.
Pontiac was very honorable in the 50s. They named all of their models after the Native Americans.
And didn't give him a dime. I make a dime, the boss makes a quarter. I make a quarter, the boss makes a dollar. I make a dollar, the boss makes...
All right, we're almost there. One more after this one.
That's some kind of Cadillac.
It is not.
That is a Mercury Sable.
It is not.
You know, I think I may have got you with this very car. Didn't I? And like the last video, the video where
I would have gotten this.
Okay.
I'm not trying to sound like overconfident.
Is it American?
Yes, it's American.
Okay.
I just know that I would have gotten this because I've always liked them.
A Buick.
Close. It is GM.
A Chevy Fleetwood Mac.
No.
What is it?
This is a 1984 Oldsmobile Regency.
An Oldsmobile.
Yes.
See, when I was a kid, here's the thing, and I think I've
Go
said
ahead
this
and tell
before.
this story. It's fun.
I thought Oldsmobiles were literally new cars that were purposely made to look old. Like, because
I actually think that's kind of cute.
it's just what I thought it was. I thought that it was, I thought Oldsmobiles were literally like cars for people who like old cars, because every time I would see one, it'd be old. It was an old looking car, and I'd be like, oh, they're Oldsmobiles. So that's a new car. It was just made, but they make it look old. Old-fashioned.
There are car companies that do that.
I guess.
The Excalibur, I can think, was one. So was Clinet. They built cars that looked like cars from the 20s in the 80s.
I remember, I also thought Alzheimer's was called Old Timers.
Oh, yeah.
Because only old people got it. It was Old Timers disease. You get it when you get old. You start forgetting things.
Your last guess.
That is a 1958 thingamabobber that you really like.
You're pretty close, yes. It is a 58, but what is it?
It is a Buick.
It is a Buick, yes.
It is a 1958 Buick butt pounder. You take boys in the back seat and you give them a butt pounding.
There were several trim designs of the 58. This was the top of the line of the top of the line, which already was Buick. Buick in 58 had the most chrome ever on a vehicle. There was 100 pieces of chrome alone in just the front bumper. That doesn't count the rest of the car. This was a Buick Limited. This was the one that everybody tried to get. It was the most expensive one. I would be happy with any of the trim designs in 58.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved the solid black, but I will have it in any color. It does not matter to me. As long as I hopefully one day will get one. I love many different cars, but I've always wanted the 58 Buick the most.
Mm-hmm. The Riviera.
Mm. Roadmaster was another
Roadmaster.
trim name. The Special and the Century.
Mm-hmm. Which one most often had the Continental kit on the back?
I would probably say the Special and the Century.
Mm.
Now, I didn't. I know you've seen that picture with the Continental kit.
I'm pretty sure that's how I know about it.
Yeah, I did not show that picture for the guessing. I wanted to see if you could guess it without it. And I didn't show the front end, as you know, because you've seen that a lot.
I like that it even has chrome on the lights, the brake lights.
Yep. Do you know where the exhaust is?
Isn't it like in the bumper?
It is in the bumper. It goes right through it.
It's crazy.
It comes out right here on both ends.
Very nice. Do you think the time will ever come where we'll have big cars again? Or do you think we're past that? It's not feasible.
I would like to, but I think we're kind of going past it because people are wanting to make more environmental safe cars, and that requires them to have smaller designs, and just a lot of people, because, you know, the 50s, they were in love with the automobile, and everybody wanted to build futuristic looking cars, and in my opinion, they still do look futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
Like retro futuristic. They do look like aircrafts on wheels, and we don't build cars like that anymore. We don't give them personality anymore, and they're futuristic, yes, but they're just a little bit too bland these days. Mm-hmm. They're safer these days, sure, but then again, if you get hit by something in this, I think you'll survive. It's a big tank on wheels. It just depends on how fast it's going.
I think that what makes cars very boring now is that they have been thrown through the test market like everything else has. Like, you know, we use a lot of psychology and a lot of marketing and a lot of observation to figure out what people like, and what the vast majority of people, if they don't love it, at the very least they tolerate it. And that is how companies make money. That's the only way you can make money nowadays. You can't make something as specialized as a Buick, the way that thing looks, and then say, like, we're expecting to move 1 million units. It's not possible, because only a few thousand people would find something like that interesting. Other people would say it's too big, it's not what I need.
I mean, look at the size of the trunk alone.
Yeah, like I can't fit that in my garage. I can't fit that in my parking space. I can't this and that. And
even the 58 Lincoln actually was the longest car ever produced, the longest consumer vehicle, and even in the 50s, it didn't fit in everyone's garage.
But that's the perfect example of it is the fact that there's so many mid-size cars now. When you think about normality, the most basic thing that people want and need, it's middle ground. Mm-hmm. In the mid, right in the center, not too big, not too small, mid. And that's why there's nothing but mid-size sedans right now, because the company's not going to take the risk to make a giant friggin' car or a tiny little car either. They're going to say mid-size. Yeah. That's what we're going to push.
It's the same reason why the minivan actually outdid the station wagon in history. The station wagons were, in the late 80s going into the 90s, station wagons were becoming unpractical because of their large size. They still were around. Occasionally you'll still see a full-size wagon. People wanted vans. They were becoming more popular, and then SUVs kind of almost outdid vans, and it's kind of a competition between the two right now, vans and SUVs. Mm-hmm. I think you prefer vans over SUVs, but you've owned a few.
I owned an SUV, and I didn't care for it. Maybe it just wasn't a good make, but I just didn't care for it. I didn't like the feel. I didn't like that. Again, it's middle ground. It's middle ground. Once again, I either had too much room for what I wanted to do, or I didn't have enough for the big projects I wanted to do. So that's why I moved to a van. I would rather have too much space than too little. But then again, that's what do you call it? But I was lucky enough that I could have my choice between something small or something big. A lot of people aren't financially. They have to have a mid-size, or their tastes just don't lean that way. They would like something not too big, not too small.
I've also seen an evolution of vehicles. In the 70s and 80s, people were having a lot more families, bigger families. That's why we had station. And when the 90s came along, people weren't having big families anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people are even just, single or just dating, and a lot of people don't have kids anymore, even. They just have maybe one or two. So all you need is a mid-size car.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, it'd be interesting to see what the newest car was that you had in there. What right off the top of your head, what do you think was the newest car?
The newest car in here, it was probably,
a Buick, probably. What one Buick you had?
No, I only put in one Buick in here. Let's see, the newest car in here, it's actually both of the Chryslers. The Chrysler New Yorker and the Chrysler Imperial, because they're both the same year and they were both 89. I did not do anything past 89.
Wow. Is that perfect example? It's a perfect example where your cutoff is, I guess.
Yeah, 1989 is my cutoff.
Anyways. That was fun.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was okay. I feel like, again, I'm far from an expert, but at the very least,
I thought you did pretty well, actually.
and it is cool that I guess we both like these things and we both know these things.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks when you do meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, I love cars. I'm a big car enthusiast," and right off the bat, you're like, I know what kind of cars you like.
It's like when we went to, well, they're no longer in business, but remember we went to Toys R Us once, and I asked one of the workers there, I'm looking for die-cast cars, particularly classics. And he's like, well, take a look at this bad boy right here. And it was just a customed...
Yeah, hot rodded.
To me, it's a piece of crap.
It looked like a little kid's freaking Hot Wheel. Like...
I know he's doing his job, but he didn't know.
I'm surprised it didn't have Buzz Lightyear on the side of it or something. It's like, okay, dude. Like,
I know you're doing your job, and I appreciate you answering me, but
yeah,
you did not know what I was talking about.
Bro, I love cars. You want to come down to the car meet with me?
Oh, where all the little Hyundais and Toyotas are going to get together. Lowered to the ground.
Listen to that thing roar! Listen to how loud it is!
With the underglow.
Tokyo!
People will really hate me for this, but Tokyo Drift ruined car fans.
Yeah.
Well, everybody wants cars like that now.
It came out at the right time, though. They knew what they were doing. Like, every generation needs to move forward. Imagine, it would have failed, though, if they put nothing but old muscle cars in it. They were like, oh, I don't want to see this bunch of old grandpa cars inside of this.
I don't know. It depends.
You gotta appeal to your market.
I guess. It's just not me. I've never been one that fit in with everyone else anyway.
You fit in here on Domino Miah Games. Where will we be seeing you next time on Domino Miah?
Maybe we'll do more stuff like this in the future, more cars in the future. Who knows?
Maybe other subjects and stuff.
Yeah.
But until then, see you later.
Bye for now.